What's up, y'all? The first person who ever believed that I could work a job wasn't my teacher, wasn't the coach. You know what? It wasn't even myself. It was my big sister, Cynthia. But everybody, you know what I'm saying, doubted her, but she helped me out. Everybody called her Cynthia, but we know in our house, our family called her Big Cent, you know? But there's one thing she did for me 14 years ago that changed my life forever. What's up, everybody? Today isn't an easy video for me, but I wanted to make a video for a long time. My sister Cynthia, she passed away, you know, at 38 years old. Losing someone at a young age changes you, for real. I think I was like 19. But I don't want this video only to be about how she died, because we're not going to talk about that. I wanted it to be about how she lived, right? And what she meant to me and my family, right? She had 2 young sons too, and they didn't grow up to be nice young men. They got their kids of their own, and, you know, she'd be proud of them, for real. But when I was only 14, she got me this job at KFC, right? That was my first job. I worked as a vindicator, but real job was KFC. Back then, I ain't had no idea what I was even doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that was like a little opportunity to teach me a responsibility growing up and going forward in life. Now, work teach you about work ethics, confidence, and you know, just trying to put it all together. Looking back, now I realize how things is. Like, it wasn't helping me get a paycheck. She was helping me be the man that I was supposed to be. Now, so today I want to tell you a little something about her, right? Share some memories, laugh a little bit, maybe like cry a little bit, and hopefully remind someone watching this to appreciate the people that's still here. You know? So this one's for you, Cent. Let's get this mug on. So to get this job, let's go back to when it started. I was 14. I just got played from the Vindicator. I was working a job there and, you know, delivering papers, and I wasn't getting paid for nothing I was doing. So my sister knew a guy named Joe. Joe was her boss. My sister got real sick, and so she couldn't work no more. But she was a manager at KFC, and the boss was her supervisor, right? And so she called in, got a favor. She was like, "Can you help my little brother get a job?" Nah, 14, you ain't supposed to be working no job, bro. You can't work in the back cooking chicken around grease, right? But I didn't know what was happening behind the scenes. I'm just a young kid. So I fill the application. Right on the spot, he said, "Let's do an interview." I'm like, "Oh, snap." He's like, "Yeah, man, you know, you Cindy's brother, right? Little brother." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You always used to call up here all the time and asking her for food and stuff." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, sit down. Yeah, you know. She told me everything about you, you know." I was like, "Oh, man, thank you." Yeah. "This your first job?" Yeah. He said, "What you about to be in?" I'm about to be a freshman in high school. He's like, "Oh, yeah. Good days, good high school days, right?" I'm like, "I don't know yet." He's like, "So what do you achieve? What do you want to achieve from the job?" First thing I said was, "Well, you know, a paycheck, cause I'm stupid, bro." Like, I'm stupid. I don't know no better, right? He's like, "A paycheck? You don't want to just work but see, I said the right questions, but you know, that probably ain't the right thing to do. When you go on an interview, don't say that. Don't say that. So he was like, yeah, Cindy told me everything about you, and you know, well, we can get you started, but we gonna need you to get a permit." I'm like, "What's that?" "A work permit from your school." I'm like, "Oh." And he was like, "Well, you're 14, and well, come back for another interview. Go get a work permit, come back. We're gonna do another interview." Cool. So I go to school, asking for a work permit. You gotta go all the way down to the Board of Education and stuff like that to get a work permit. They like, "You ain't supposed to have a work permit. You ain't even 15 yet." And if you do work a job, you can't work one. You gotta wait till you 15. So I had to wait, a little bit. I had to wait. But Joe called me back for an interview. "Did you get the work permit?" They won't give it to me. They gave me a paper stating that I had to wait till 15. He's like, "We gonna figure something out." Sat down and interview. He's like, well, you hired. I'm hired. That was crazy. Hired me at 14. I'm 14 years old. He hired me. My paper states that I got to turn the age of 15 to work this job, and I can't work around grease and chicken and stuff. I got to just do like cashier. or like be a bagger or whatever, or a drive-through. So he said, don't worry about it. We can put you on the schedule. I ain't know, we got orientation. It's going so fast, I'm not even understanding what's happening. He's like, what size shirt you wear? I'm like, he's like, you look like a 1XL. I'm like, cool. Got a 1X. And what size pants? Like a 30. I was like, I don't know, 34. He's like, okay, 30. Dude, let's do 36. You got a belt? I'm like, I could buy a belt. My mom had it. She can buy me a belt. So I need some shoes. He's like, well, I'm gonna buy you the shoes. You just gotta pay me back. What? That happened so fast, bro. So I ain't paying attention. I'm working this job. I'm not paying attention. I'm working from like 4 to like 10 o'clock, and 3 days a week. On the weekends, I'm there till like after 12, which is crazy. And I'm pretty sure, first of all, I shouldn't even had the job there, but I had it anyways. And Brody, like, his name is Joe. Rest in peace to Joe too. That's my dude. If anybody know who Joe was on Belmont in Youngstown, Ohio, and the one he worked on South Avenue too as a manager, Joe was a solid cat, bro. Joe helped us out when my sister passed away. He gave us a lot of food for the funeral, and he's like a family, kind of like family to me, for real. Real nice dude, and his mom worked there too. Real nice people, and so Joe gave me the job, working there. I think school just started type stuff. School can't understand why, like, they ain't even question. I don't know why they ain't question it. I finally get my paycheck, and on my paycheck, now I gotta get a bank account. Now I go to my mom's bank account because that's the only way I can get it. I don't know no other way. She give me like, I think a savings account or something like that. So on the check it says Kevin Hopper. I'm not paying attention to this. The bank don't question it. They cash the check. But I feel, I'm like, hold on, this don't make no sense. So now I'm like working that whole time. I get pulled into the office probably like March, April, before school about to end. They say, you working with a no permit? I said, huh? You working with no permit at this job you work? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, well, you about to be 15. We gonna let it slide though, but we should get them in trouble. I went back and told Joe, and Joe was like, oh yeah, well, I was looking out for you because of Cindy. They call her Cindy. We call her Cent. My mom called her Cynthia, but I always called her Cent. But I'm like, damn, I'm about to lose my job, bro. I didn't lose it, by the way. I kept my job. Kept the job. Moved, you know what I'm saying? Got the permit finally. My name didn't even change. It still was Kevin Hopper. Hopper. It was Hopper. They changed. So I finally asked Joe, what happened? He said, well, I had to switch your name around because they weren't gonna let you get hired. I said, well, they try to get you in trouble. He's like, they ain't gonna get me in trouble. I don't care what they say. But see, 1% though, I would never had that job. You know what I'm saying? Set looked out for me on some real. That was my first time learning how to manage money, learning how to get money, learn how to be a hustler. That's the first time I ever learned that, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit here and drag this on longer and longer and longer. If y'all want to hear more Cent videos, I got a whole bunch of those for real. It go way back. Me and Cent was tight, bro. That was like I want to say my favorite sister, but that technically, yeah, but I won't pick a favorite, but she was a sister that I appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really appreciated her. But so, she got me the job. I was doing good. Had a little, you know what I'm saying? I was all right. I was a cook. And from there, I went to Red Lobster where my brother got me a job. You want to hear that story? Let me know down in the comments below. We gonna end the video. Short story time. I'm gonna put this out. It don't matter if it don't get no views or not. I'm doing it on the strength of what I feel like doing because YouTube don't want to push it, and that's cool. I understand it. It's all right. I know a lot of people don't really want to watch me. I guess my time here is being unwelcomed here, But it's all right. It's all right. But until the next time, your boy Cashmere Magic is gone, bro. I'm all about that action like Michael Jackson.